Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It is May 26th. We have a little bit of a busy morning because we had some problems on the roadway.
Yes, and we believe this is the same incident we were talking about at the end of the early edition of GMSA. Now, we don't have an image because it's so far out east of town, but here's what we know so far. A major crash reported westbound I-10 at FM 2538. That is near Schertz.
And we don't have that picture up right now, but there's also, we know that all the lanes have been closed, all 4 lanes, and there's being diverted to the access road. And we are expecting delays for hours to come.
That's right. Okay, so again, this is I-10 westbound. So that's coming into San Antonio from the Schertz area. The accident and the backup is near Trainer Hale Road exit. And that's not too far from an incident we were tracking earlier this morning. And if I look at TxDOT's page here, it's showing this incident originally came out at 6:33 this morning. So that would be about right.
Yeah, that's about the time that we saw that incident happening on the way from Seguin into San Antonio.
All right, so if you're planning to come into town on 10 east of town, again, be advised there are huge backups and significant delays.
All the other cameras look good, though.
They do.
Yeah.
And that's a good news on a Friday.
That is. And we have Mia Montgomery joining us today to tell us how our Happy Friday will look.
Happy Friday, yeah, exactly, and into the Memorial Day weekend. A lot of folks out and about for any of those weekend plans. Saw a lot of sunshine on those TransGuide cameras as well. And generally, throughout the remainder of the day, a mix of sun and clouds expected here in San Antonio. Most of us will stay quiet, but we still have that northwesterly flow aloft. Like we saw yesterday, a little cluster of storms managed to survive into our area. So we'll monitor that, but again, most of us quiet throughout the remainder of this Friday. In the 70s right now here in San Antonio, 76 officially over at SA International. Into this afternoon, because we are still expecting some sun, those temperatures are going to manage to climb into the upper 80s here in town. Right now, we've got a forecast high pointed around 87. By the 4 to 5 o'clock hour, winds out of the east-southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. This is what everybody wants to know heading into the weekend. What are we expecting in the forecast? Generally, still warm conditions, upper 60s in the mornings, transitioning to the mid to upper 60s into the afternoons tomorrow and into Sunday. It's possible that we need to monitor for a few isolated showers as early as tomorrow evening out west. We've got a 20% chance in for your Sunday here in San Antonio, and then on Memorial Day on Monday, a 40% potential for some widely scattered showers and storms. Not a washout, but we will need to monitor the radar at times. We'll get you a full look at our futurecast and what we can expect into the next several days coming up in just a few, guys.
Thank you, Mia. And you may have seen this Amber Alert on your phone this morning. The San Antonio Police Department is searching for Zyla Falks. She is 2 years old. She has black hair and brown eyes. Now, they are also searching for 9-year-old Camille Brown Sykes, who has black hair, brown eyes. Now, police are additionally looking for 29-year-old Julio Najar Trevino in connection with their abduction. That suspect is driving a gray 2008 Saturn Aura with Texas license plate number SWS6018. You're asked to call the San Antonio Police Department if you have any information.
And here is today's 9 at 9.
A Texas House committee voted unanimously to recommend impeachment of State Attorney General Ken Paxton. The committee has been investigating allegations that Paxton abused his office to benefit a multi-millionaire who was a major donor to Paxton. Paxton has denied all wrongdoing. It's not clear when the full House will consider the impeachment recommendation. The regular legislative session is set to conclude on Monday.
Although lawmakers say progress is being made during discussions about the debt limit, the threat of a default is inching closer. Two sources familiar with the matter say the potential deal would raise the debt limit for 2 years and cap federal spending, with exception to defense and veterans during that same time frame. But as of now, nothing is set in stone. One of the issues where sides are still split, work requirements for social safety net programs like Medicaid and SNAP.
This year's economic growth is more robust than estimated previously. The Commerce Department revised first quarter gross domestic product increases to 1.3%. That's up from the estimated 1.1% it reported last month.
Inflation and consumer behavior changed due to the pandemic, affecting retailers' bottom lines. With more people in the office, Americans have been spending more on clothing, helping boost profits for some apparel brands like Anthropologie. But shoppers are pulling back on do-it-yourself projects, weighing on profits for companies like Lowe's.
The CDC is warning Americans about fungal meningitis believed to be linked to certain surgical clinics at Matamoros, Mexico. At least 5 people in Texas have become ill after getting surgery there, and 2 deaths have been reported. All the cases so far have involved an epidural.
Gas prices usually are higher ahead of Memorial Day, but this year's prices aren't too bad. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gas is only up 3 cents from last week. That's because even though demand is up, oil is still trading in the low 70s per barrel. As a matter of fact, today's average in San Antonio, $3.11 per gallon, is 9 cents lower than a month ago.
The Memorial Day holiday rush is in full swing, and airlines are promising to avoid a repeat of the chaos last year when they canceled or delayed flights by the thousands. This holiday weekend could set the tone for how the rest of the summer goes at the airports. Today is also expected to be the busiest day for drivers, with more than 37 million people driving to their destination this weekend, a 6% increase from last year.
U.S. population has gotten older in the past 2 decades. New Census Bureau data reveals that the median age of people living in the U.S. rose from about 35 years old in 2000 to around 38 years old in 2020. Baby boomers and millennials represented the 2 largest age groups in the United States in 2020. Another finding shows fewer children than average were born between 2010 and 2020, also contributing to the increase in the U.S.'s median age.
If your next vacation is a cruise, be prepared for a crowded ship. Occupancy levels on some cruise lines are above 100%. Passengers are dealing with long lines for onboard activities, and in some cases, cruise lines are canceling trips after overselling. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Happening right now, the San Antonio Police Department is honoring 62 officers who have been killed in the line of duty. This is happening at the San Antonio Police Training Academy. That's near Loop 410 and Morrison Boulevard on San Antonio's south side.
And this is a live look at the event. You can see some of the families coming into the event there. The memorial service will be highlighted by a 21-gun salute, the sounding of taps, SAPD pipes and drums playing Amazing Grace, and a flyover by the San Antonio Police Department's Blue Eagle. Our Garrett Beringer is covering the event for us, and we'll have a full report on the news at noon. We also have it live streaming on our website at KSAT.com if you want to continue to watch it.
Well, in your morning headlines, the Navy SEALs forced to make some adjustments to their training program, and some college grads got more than just a diploma at graduation.
Plus, a Detroit cowboy getting a lot of attention, even down here in Texas. David Sears is here with all the morning headlines.
A Detroit cowboy?
Yeah, apparently not all the great cowboys are from Texas.
Okay, fair
They're
enough.
wrangling up cows up there. You remember the video of the cow running down the street and the guy had to try to rope it?
Oh, yeah.
That's what this story is about.
Okay.
We'll have that for you in just a second, but first, they are the elite of the elite, the Navy SEALs. But a new report is out, and it claims that part of the Navy's training program may be over the top. Now the Navy is revamping part of its most brutal training methods. A 200-page report is out after an investigation that was initiated as a result of the death of SEAL candidate Kyle Mullen. Mullen had just completed what is referred to as Hell Week. In the report, instructors were described as enforcers, hunting the back of the pack to weed out weaker candidates and push the demands of the course to the far end of the acceptable spectrum. The report revealed that there was inadequate medical screening and that the medical staff was not even given all of his health information. Mullen talked with his mom just days before he died last year.
I said, "Kyle, are you okay? Are you hurt? Are you in a hospital?" And he just responded, "Don't worry, Mom. I'm good. I love you." And he hung up.
Mullen died of pneumonia. The 200-page report found that some candidates were being pushed into using performance-enhancing drugs to deal with the rigors of the program. 2 top Navy officials who oversaw the program were taken off the job. Some of the changes include greater instruction oversight and training, updated medical policies, and expanded authority to test for performance-enhancing drugs. The report has been turned over to the Navy Legal for their investigation into anything criminal. By the way, Mullen's death is considered in the line of duty. A huge surprise for graduates from the University of Massachusetts in Boston. They got a lot more than just a diploma when they across the stage. They got cash with a caveat. Their speaker, billionaire Robert Hale, who is the co-founder and CEO of Granite Telecommunications. When the students walked the stage, he gave each one of them 2 envelopes. One said gift, and it contained $1,000. The other said give. He explained both envelopes.
First 500 is for you. It's a celebration of all you have done to be here today. Your leaders, celebrate. The second 500 is a gift for you to give to somebody or somebody else or another organization who could use it more than you. Share in the joy of giving. Congratulations.
Wow, that's pretty cool. There were some 2,500 graduates, so his gifts were roughly around $2.5 million. And finally this morning, remember this scene from the highway outside of Detroit? The cowboy trying to wrangle the cow as it got loose. As you might expect, it's gone viral, and the cowboy is now famous, Ricky Littlejohn. Sounds like a cowboy, doesn't he? Ricky Littlejohn? That's a cowboy name. He is the cowboy chasing down the cow named Lester. You can't really see her, but his fiancée, Trinidad, is actually riding hard down the shoulder of the highway.
Just been everywhere. Everybody's like, you're the new I-75 cowboy, you're new Yellowstone of Michigan.
I've never ran full speed on a horse at the side of a very busy highway, so it was actually terrifying.
Last thing you want to do is anybody to hit the thing or, get hurt.
Yeah, they were able to catch Lester without anyone getting hurt, but now they are famous and getting calls from all over for wrangling skills. By the way, Lester seems to be a problem child. This is the second time that he got loose, and they had to bring him back home. So they need a bigger pin or some stronger barbed wire or something to keep Lester pinned in so he's not running down the highway.
Wow. You know what? The horses did a great job, too.
Oh, yeah. I have experience with horses.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to be 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to be riding down the middle of a highway on one of them.
No. And I'm still trying to process the term Detroit Cowboys.
Yeah, that's but there they are.
They did it.
They did the job.
They did.
Good for them.
Good on them. David, thank you.
Thank you.
9:10, it is 76 degrees out there.
Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
We are taking you to Camp Brisket at Texas A&M. It's a story we've been working on since January. We have the meaty details on what Camp Brisket students learned, and I'll share some of the things I wish someone had told me when I first started smoking.
But before that, a look at how San Antonio International Airport is dealing with the influx of travelers this Memorial Day holiday weekend.
This holiday weekend marks one of the busiest travel times of the year, and it could be a record-breaking weekend at San Antonio International Airport.
As Alyssa Cole reports, Memorial Day weekend travel is expected to bring in passenger numbers not seen since before the pandemic.
Good morning. Shaping up already to a busy start here at the San Antonio International Airport. Take a look. We're here upstairs at departures, and it's been like this all morning. People coming and going, excited, hugging and kissing their loved ones goodbye so they can enjoy that Memorial Day vacation, holiday travel. Now, here at the airport, this will be a record-breaking number of travelers. Since before the pandemic, we're told by airport officials there will be close to 190,000 Memorial Day travelers. Those numbers are expected to be at that level for the next 5 days, and that runs until Monday. This is a 14% increase in travelers, and this is a very, very big deal for the San Antonio Airport. They have new features now because of the new population increase. They have valet services and new features for parking, and that's a really, really great deal for travelers because, of course, with more people, that means longer wait time. So the big advice for people traveling this weekend is to prepare early. Of course, you want to prepare 2 hours in advance before your flight takes off because, of course, you want to avoid any crowds. Reporting at the San Antonio Airport, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Let's look out there with a live cam, 76 degrees. If you are headed to the airport to take off, you'll have a nice drive over there.
Yeah, no issues right now here in San Antonio. That should be the case throughout the remainder of the day and really for the most part into Saturday and Sunday. So the big theme this weekend, yes, still warm temperatures, pretty low rain chances until we get to Monday. Then we'll have to monitor for a few widely scattered showers. Not going to be a washout, but that's the next big thing that we're going to keep our eyes on. All right, let's take a look at our weather headlines here into the upcoming weekend. Temperatures, yes, still warm. Our average high for this time of year is 89 degrees. We're in the mid to upper 80s this weekend, so near or just slightly below the average by a few degrees. Again, rain chances, really the next one that we're really keeping our eyes on is going to be on Monday. Some scattered storms possible. And then into next week, just isolated rain chances are going to continue going forward. So we'll talk all about it, starting off though with a look at temperatures right now in and around the San Antonio area. 76 here in Bexar County, really across the board. 74 in Bulverde, 77 in Hondo, currently 72 up in Bandera. Mix of sun and clouds, partly cloudy skies still expected throughout the remainder of this Friday here in town. 85 degrees by 2 p.m. as we head into the late afternoon hours. Peak heating time of the day, mid to upper 80s expected here in San Antonio. And then we'll see those temperatures fall into the low to mid 80s later this evening if you're stepping out for any graduation ceremonies around South Central Texas. Again, 87 that forecast high, 88 in Pearsall, 88 in Uvalde. Potentially the farther southwest that we go across portions of the Winter Garden and closer to the Rio Grande, some low 90s, not completely off the table. And as we were talking about earlier, most of us are expected to stay quiet, but kind of like what we saw yesterday and the day before that and the day before that, a cluster of storms is already getting going across portions of the Texas Panhandle. And you can see our upper level winds here. Those are out of the northwest. So this particular model version shows that complex of storms fizzling out well before it gets to South Central Texas. But yesterday afternoon, we were able to see a few showers and storms linger into portions of our area, so we'll keep eyes on it. But as of right now, I do expect the vast majority of our region to stay quiet throughout the remainder of the day, again, with those partly cloudy skies in store. Pretty isolated as we head into Saturday and Sunday here in San Antonio. We've got a 20% potential for the back half of the weekend, and then into Memorial Day on Monday, we still have a 40% potential for a few widely scattered storms to develop as we see an area of low pressure push across the Lone Star State, and then isolated rain chances continue daily after that. So let's go ahead and time that out. Your futurecast here heading into this weekend. Tomorrow morning, we are quiet, a few clouds out there. Into tomorrow evening, it's possible farther west. That's when we may need to monitor for a few isolated showers to storms to pop up. That continues as we head into the early morning hours of our Sunday. And then we've got that 20% potential in place here in San Antonio. And then watch what happens into Memorial Day on Monday. We see that disturbance push across South Central Texas and some slightly higher coverage of rain and storms possible. Not a washout, so don't cancel your plans, but it wouldn't hurt to have a backup plan should you briefly need to move inside. Temperatures will continue to sit in the mid to upper 80s, 87 tomorrow, 86 on Sunday. With the cloud cover in place and that slightly higher chance for a few storms on Monday, we're near 84, and then temperatures will gradually start to make their way back into the mid to upper 80s by the middle to later portions of next week. Here's your Texas travel forecast for today. For the most part across the Lone Star State, no big issues expected except for those storms out in the Panhandle we'll keep eyes on. Temperatures in the upper 80s and 90s for most areas. Now again, as we head into early next week, we'll monitor the changing weather pattern at times. Overall, keep the KSAT Weather Authority app handy. We'll put all of the forecast updates on there in the days ahead. And of course, you can always check the radar before heading outside as well, guys.
Yeah, the app comes in handy, especially, because sometimes it changes a little bit
just
the day before.
Yeah,
like
and push notifications. We'll get you all the updates you need for those Memorial Day
I still
weekend.
prefer our app to the one built into the phone.
Yes, most definitely.
Trying to stay on you guys' good side.
Shameless plug for the weather app. Yeah, absolutely.
Not so shameless. 9:20, 77 degrees.
And we're continuing to recognize some of the great high school graduates in our area. This morning, Tiffany Huertas is going to introduce us to a senior from New Braunfels High School who had her world turned upside down her freshman year. Now she's crossing the stage and inspiring so many people around her.
Welcome back. 9:23, a New Braunfels High School student proving that with love, determination, and passion, you can accomplish a lot.
Tiffany Huertas gives us a story of a senior who has inspired so many people in today's great graduate story.
I like the hard work that you get to put into it, how dedicated you have to be. You know, you get to build like a bond with a lot of the girls that you work with.
Meet 18-year-old Sierra Delgado. She's a senior at New Braunfels High School and captain of the cheer team.
I've cheered since I was 4, so at a young age I've always done it and I've always loved it.
Her love for cheerleading motivated her to keep going after her life drastically changed freshman year.
It started with pain shooting up my neck and down my arm. And at first, since I've always done competitive cheerleading, we just thought it was a pinched nerve or some type of muscle spasm.
After several tests, she was diagnosed with cancer.
I was diagnosed with acute T-cell lymphoblastic leukemia, so I can no longer cheer anymore or really do anything physical.
Sierra says she did online learning, but was determined to get back to the cheer mat.
Throughout my whole journey, I just learned that like pain is temporary, like physical, mental, like any type of pain, it's temporary. It might last longer than you want it to, but like it does go away and you will start feeling better and you will get back to what your normal is.
She returned to school junior year and became varsity cheer captain.
She earned it 2 years in a row. She worked really, really hard for it. She's an amazing leader, just not even just a cheerleader, but she has amazing leadership skills. She's great with her peers and she was meant to do great things.
With the love and support from her family, friends, and cheer team, Sierra accomplished her goals and completed her cancer treatments.
It's been about a year that I am cancer-free.
Sierra is excited for the future and says there's nothing like cheerleading.
It's like an adrenaline rush. It's really exciting. You get really excited to like perform and just do something that you love. It's just an overwhelming like feeling of just like happiness.
Sierra hopes to stay connected to cheer after graduation, and she wants to study business in college. Reporting from New Braunfels High School, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
926, 77 degrees. There's more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including some water safety tips as the weather warms up and people start heading to the pools, rivers, and lakes. What you should keep in mind when young children are around water to keep them safe.
Plus, I'll be taking you to Camp Brisket at Texas A&M, where students learn all about the best way to smoke meat. I'll also briefly introduce you to rock star pitmaster Tootsie Tominets, who works at Snow's Barbecue up in Lexington, Texas. That's coming up after the break. Memorial Day weekend marks the unofficial start of summer, a time many families spend at the pool or beach.
But drowning is a leading cause of death for children in the U.S. And CNN's Mandy Gaither explains how to keep kids safe in the water as the weather gets warmer.
It can happen in seconds. And when a person's drowning, they're silent.
Every year, I wait for the phone call that we're going to have a drowning victim.
Pediatric emergency physician Dr. Sarah Lazarus has seen firsthand the dangers of water. She says many times child drownings happen while parents are at a party or gathering.
They think that someone else is going to be watching their child, and they lose eyes on them for a moment, and then the next thing they know, they're floating at the top of the water, or they see them on the side not breathing.
In the U.S., there are an estimated 4,000 fatal unintentional drownings every year. Anyone can drown, but children are at highest risk. It's the leading cause of death in kids ages 1 to 4, and the second leading cause of unintentional death in kids ages 5 to 14. But drownings are preventable. Keep kids younger than 6 within arm's reach around water. For older kids who can confidently swim 2 laps of a pool, make sure you keep an eye on them.
Because you're going to be more protective of your child than anyone else, it's really important that you realize you need to be aware of them. And you can't really trust on lifeguards or anyone else at a party to keep eyes on them because there's distractions everywhere.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Non-fatal drownings can lead to other serious medical outcomes, including brain damage and long-term disability. It is also critical that fences around homes, around pools, are secured, and make sure there are no toys around a pool that may tempt a child to go near it unsupervised.
Let's go outside with live cam. If you missed it earlier, Mia is in for Justin, and she has a Memorial Day weekend forecast preview.
Yes, absolutely. So it's going to be warm out there over the next couple of days. Mid to upper 80s expected in terms of afternoon highs, and then into Memorial Day on Monday, a few widely scattered showers possible. Let's take a look at the pollen count briefly for this Friday. If you are fixing to kick off any Memorial Day weekend plans, mold's not as high as what we saw yesterday, but still in the high category. Pine and grass also make a return to the pollen count this Friday, but the good news is they are both low. 76 right now over at the airport, a dew point of 68. So it's not incredibly oppressive, but it is noticeable. That humidity is still there, and that will be the theme into this weekend as well. This afternoon, 86 by 3 p.m., 87 by 5 p.m. Into tomorrow evening, a couple of isolated showers possible in our western counties, and then into Sunday, a few more isolated showers, not completely out of the question. Should be few and far between though. And then yes, the next slightly higher chance that we have for some widely scattered rain, a couple of rumbles of thunder does move in on Memorial Day itself before just isolated chances continue into next week. So coming up in just a little bit, we'll have a full look at that future cast once again and what we can expect here in the days ahead, guys.
Thank you, Mina. Let's take a look at the roads with TransGuide. Looking over at Highway 281 at Encino Rio, things are moving there. And also at Highway 90 at Medio Creek, that's looking pretty good right now as well. And looks like there's flashing lights, but not too big of a deal there at Highway 90 at Nogalitos. There is a major crash though on I-10 near Schertz. If you're coming in from Seguin to San Antonio, the main lanes of I-10 westbound are closed at FM 2538, and that's near the Trainer Hell exit. Now TxDOT says drivers are being diverted to the access road, so expect a delay in that area for at least another hour.
And again, all east of San Antonio. Actually, we have to take Schertz out of the equation for that mentioned there. All right, so anyone that knows me knows I love spending part of a weekend smoking a brisket. I bought my first smoker in 2019, and then since then, I have devoured anything I could find about making good barbecue. But I knew my studies would not be complete without doing two things. One, find lots of experts and pick their brains. And two, learn the science behind barbecue. I did both one weekend earlier this year, and now it's time to take you there and share what I've learned just in time for the holiday weekend and summer barbecues. It's rare to find an artist carrying a shovel, but people travel from other states and countries just to see 88-year-old Texas pitmaster Tootsie Tominetz work her magic.
TLC, tender love and care. You have to take care of it, you have to watch it, you have to pay attention what you're doing.
Tootsie's been right here since 2003, and in 2008, this place was named the best barbecue in Texas. We are here at Snow's Barbecue in Lexington, Texas, right between Austin and College Station. And for a lot of folks, this is the center of the barbecue universe. And it inspires a lot of us to want to learn even more about how to make that perfect brisket. So our next stop, Camp Brisket in College Station. This year, Texas A&M's Camp Brisket drew people from 22 states and 3 foreign countries, and Tootsie's rock star status was on full display.
She said I had to get a picture with Tootsie. That was the rule.
This class is a tough ticket to get. Some have waited years to be here.
It's incredible. I mean, you're in a room full of meat nerds, right? Like, what could go wrong?
Jess Pryles hosts Barbecue Quest on Hulu.
It's a really interesting dynamic because all of our speakers are either professors or professional pitmasters. And I'm sort of in this weird hybrid world of, I've seen the professional side of things, but I'm also just a home cook.
You know, first thing you do is...
So much of the information that they get at camp is about restaurant cooking, and that actually takes a little bit of finessing to learn how to do that for home.
Camp Brisket students take a crash course in meat sciences, learning cattle anatomy, meat trimming, beef grading, knife and wood selection, pit design, panel discussions, more panel discussions, and lots of questions.
The most common questions we get usually are what's the temperature, what's the temperature of the smoker, what's the temperature of the end product of the temperature, should I wrap or not wrap?
We'll get to that.
It's the first lunch break, and what do we get to do? Sample brisket. We are about to grade it on things like flavor, tenderness, juiciness, and overall like. Don't think that's going to be a problem.
It turns out making good barbecue is a 3-act play. Repetition is key.
You know, the first act is getting the right product, getting it trimmed, getting the right seasoning on it, getting the fire belt and such. Act 2 is everything that you need to cook and go through all of that. And then Act 3 is the culmination where you remove it from the fire, let it rest, hold it, and let it just kind of get in good shape for the serving.
Smoking low and slow may be the rule, but as this class preaches, resting the finished product is now gospel.
Probably the best thing to do is if you want brisket for supper, have it ready to go for lunch. And properly hold it and such. But in that time, it's almost like the juices all get reabsorbed. It just, everything becomes softer.
Dr. Saville also imparts this wisdom. Experiment with your technique, but not too much.
Don't change 5 things at one time. You'll never know what worked or didn't work.
Another thing we took away from Camp Brisket is that Texas barbecue has, like most things, evolved.
So we're seeing a lot of fusion with things like Tex-Mex barbecue, even we're seeing a lot of Asian barbecue as well, Korean barbecue, and it's going to be representing the multiple faces of Texas.
Boo Aker runs Aker Barbecue with her husband up in Fredericksburg.
I use a Korean ingredients, make a rib with smoke, and then I make sauce for it. So that's actually really popular. It's a we call it gochujang ribs. It's a pepper paste base sauce. It's a little spicy and sweet, and people love it. And we also have house-made kimchi and some of the Korean sides.
Fresh off her appearance at Camp Brisket, Miss Tootsie is back at Snow's, where she talks about old school barbecue in a way that can't necessarily be taught.
So it's just a lot of tender love and care put into it.
Half a pound of brisket, please.
And the thoughtfulness of what people will think when they are eating it. You want a good product, you want a pretty product. I fall back to my TLC.
And thanks again to our hosts, the Animal Science Department at Texas A&M University in College Station. Also thanks to Carrie, Tootsie, and the whole crew at Snow's Barbecue in Lexington. Only open on Saturdays. It is worth the trip to Lexington.
How awesome that you got a chance to do that.
It was, I'm almost speechless. It was so much. I can't believe we did all that.
Yes, and we're going to get to hear more in just a minute. So right now it's 9:39 and 78 degrees. When we come back, we're going to go over what experts say are 4 golden rules for preparing a top-notch brisket. Welcome back. It's 9:42. So Mark is sharing a few tips for smoking a brisket this summer. You say, first of all, these are things that you wish someone had told you from day one, right?
It would have helped. It could have saved me a lot of time and effort, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah. This is going on. Let's dive right into 4 of the meatier topics. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a big topic among smokers. Do you smoke a brisket fat side up or fat side down?
That's a great question. I'm glad we're starting with that. So it depends on the smoker you're using. Go fat side up for a normal wood burning smoker and fat side down for a pellet grill like a Traeger.
And so you mentioned that low and slow is key. So there's a perfect temperature to smoke a brisket.
There absolutely is. The consensus after talking to all these experts is 225 degrees for your entire smoke experience.
So that's very specific there. So when is a brisket done cooking? I think a lot of people argue about that one.
Yeah, they do. Again, the consensus here is 200 degrees. Some say the magic number is actually 203 degrees, but nothing over that.
And finally, how long should a brisket rest?
Most important part. So the advice from the experts, you wrap the brisket in an old towel and you set it in a cooler until the internal temperature of the brisket drops down to 165 degrees. I throw it in an old Coleman style cooler, but once it drops down to 165, and make sure you measure it with one of those instant read thermometers, it is ready to come out of the towel, out of the butcher paper, and you start slicing. It is time to eat.
All right, for some more meat smoking tips from Mark, you can go to KSAT.com or KSAT's YouTube page.
Happy grilling and smoking as well. I love this back here. It's like before, after, before, after.
Yeah,
But,
the after looks great.
Yeah, so perfect weekend for smoking and grilling.
Yeah, or to try one of the restaurants, you know.
Absolutely, and there were a ton of pitmasters there, and it was really cool because you read about a lot of these places in like Texas Monthly, things like that, and I actually got to talk to them as well.
And I know you mentioned it, and it was in your story, the one you went to that's only open on Saturdays?
Right, Snow's Barbecue.
Snow's Barbecue.
Up between Austin and College Station.
That's interesting. So since it's only open Saturdays, was it just truly crazy? Or?
It was crazy, and they had just opened after a Christmas break too, so there were people from everywhere at Snow's. So one of our guys that works here at KSAT, he has tested a lot of barbecue joints all over Texas, and he said Snow's is still the best.
Awesome.
I have a personal favorite in our area. One of them is it's Burnt Bean Barbecue over in Seguin, so check that out.
Okay, close by. That one's not such a drive.
Right, and I have more to try here in San Antonio, so I'll keep you updated.
All right, we look forward to that. For now, let's look outside with live cams. 78 degrees for this nice Friday. I guess it'd be a good day to, well, good morning to go outside and cook.
Yeah, my question is, when are you going to smoke a brisket and bring it in for us?
Soon.
That's what I asked.
Soon. So this week, I openly declared to the morning shifters that after I get back from vacation, so this would probably be in July,
Okay.
I'm buying the biggest brisket I can find. I'm bringing it in, and we're going to do brisket breakfast tacos for the morning shift here at KSAT 12.
Let me know what day that is.
Yes,
I need to make sure that I come in for that because that sounds awesome.
Put it on your schedule.
I know.
I know you guys at home wish you had smell-o-vision, but we'll do the best we can. So that's coming up later this summer.
That'll be awesome.
That's fantastic.
You're like, hey, Mike, I can work for you on
this specific day, let me know, and I'm happy to fill in on
I'll let you guys arm wrestle over that.
Exactly. Well, yes, grilling forecast this weekend, not too shabby here in San Antonio, so that is definitely the good news. On Monday, we could contend with a few widely scattered showers and a couple of storms, but yes, here is what we're monitoring as we head into this weekend. So tomorrow, upper 60s for the morning low, and really that's going to be the theme Sunday and into Monday as well. And then into the afternoon, still in the mid to upper 80s. Remember, our average high for this time of year is about 89 here in San Antonio, so we're close to that, if not just a few degrees below it. A mixture of sun and clouds expected tomorrow and into Sunday. There's that isolated 20% chance for a few passing showers throughout the second half of the weekend. Most of us do stay dry. It's into Monday where we could find just a few more showers to a couple of thunderstorms. Again, it's not going to be a rain out, but it wouldn't hurt to keep the radar handy on your KSAT Weather Authority app and maybe a plan B should you briefly need to move inside. Let's go ahead and time that out though. Just a little bit of radar noise right now here in and around the San Antonio area. We're quiet out there. This is what's happening in the upper levels of the atmosphere over the next few days. Still have that northwest flow in place today. Into this weekend, a weakening high pressure system is going to scoot across the state of Texas. But notice into Memorial Day on Monday, there's that area of low pressure that is responsible for that widely scattered rain chance into early next week. Here on your futurecast, you can see this afternoon, mostly quiet here across south central Texas, and into the first half of the day tomorrow, more of the same as expected. And I think into tomorrow evening, most of us will still stay dry, but you can see by 6 p.m., maybe a few isolated showers popping up in our far western counties near Del Rio, the Eagle Pass area. We'll see how far eastward any of that could potentially travel. Into the overnight hours, about a 30% potential Sunday night, early Monday, and then that disturbance moves through, and we'll call it a 40% shot for a few widely scattered showers and storms. So we'll continue to keep eyes on that as well. Temperature-wise, we are in the 70s for most, already hitting 80 degrees though in Pleasanton out there in Atascosa County. Same over in Cotulla, 76 here in San Antonio, stretching up to New Braunfels, 80 as well in Gonzales. Check out Rock Springs up in the hill country, still holding on to the upper 60s. Here in San Antonio, partly cloudy skies today, temperatures climbing to about 83 degrees by lunchtime, 85 by 2 p.m., by about 4 to 5, 87 is expected here in town. And then if you're stepping out for any Friday evening plans, graduation graduation ceremonies happening in some surrounding communities. Those temperatures are expected to fall into the mid to low 80s by and shortly after the sun goes down. 88 is that high temperature in Beeville, same in Uvalde, 85 in Kerrville, 87 here in San Antonio, Neighborhood View, 84 in Helotes, 88 in Elmendorf, 87 over at Randolph on the east side. Here's some interesting rainfall stats for you. Since May 1st, over 3.5 inches of rain have been recorded here at San Antonio International. It's actually above where we should be for this time of the month, bringing our grand total to over 11.5 inches since January 1st. This is some changes in the drought monitor. We had some severe drought last week across our western counties and even some of that extreme drought across portions of the hill country. But you can see this week that actually has been erased in spots. So we are starting to chip away at that drought. We'll see what we can find over the next week, especially on Monday, because still any little bit helps at this point, guys.
Yes, it would. And at least it won't be like a complete rain out.
Exactly. So that is the key message there. But keep your weather app handy. We'll get you all the updates you need throughout the day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. 9:50, 78 degrees.
And the live action version of The Little Mermaid swims into theaters today. Yay! When we come back, the cast got ready to perform some of the big music numbers in the film.
The live-action film of The Little Mermaid comes out in theaters today. We're just looking. There's some decent reviews. We're going to take a look at some of the classic songs from the film.
CNN's Rick Donagella sat down with the cast of the new film about how they approached recording them.
I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now.
The cast of Disney's reimagining of The Little Mermaid knew just how important their performances would be, especially when it came to the film's iconic songs.
I think finding that balance was very important to me because I consider myself a singer, a musician first, and I really just want to honor the art that was there, that was done before us. So the work of Alan Menken, who is a legend, is just so beautiful, and the fact that we had his stamp of approval and him guiding us through these songs as well as the new songs was amazing for me.
The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake.
The nice thing about working on songs is very different than listening to songs. And so even though I still knew these songs from when I was a kid, I gained a whole new appreciation for how really great those songs are.
Kiss the girl, sha-la-la-la-la, float on and listen to this song say kiss the girl.
It was always on replay in my house, just because I don't remember the first time watching it, just because I was so young when I was showed it. So I don't remember not knowing these songs.
Why don't you
kiss the girl? Come on and kiss the girl. Go on and kiss the girl.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
I can't wait.
I will go see that movie.
Whole new generation get to experience it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And her singing is just phenomenal.
Yes.
So that's amazing. All right, temperatures right now in the 70s for most. I don't think Divine's at 88 just yet. That might be a malfunction there on the thermometer. But we will climb into the upper 80s as we head into this afternoon. And that's going to be the theme for the most part over the next couple of days. 20% chance for a couple isolated showers on Sunday. And then Monday, as Steph said earlier, not a washout, but a couple scattered showers possible. And then we'll continue to monitor isolated rain chances next week.
And please take a moment this weekend to think about those who gave their lives in service to our country for Memorial Day on Monday.
Yes, that would be a good idea. Mia, thank you for joining us today. Yeah, have a good weekend.